Hi, I'm Shanda Vandeman, an exercise physiologist, mindfulness instructor, and yoga instructor, and happy to be doing a little bit of stretching with you today. So let's just take a moment first to check in with ourselves to just know something about our bodies and how they are today. So whatever position you're in, lying down, seated, standing, you can just let the eyes fall shut, or you can gaze down the nose of the cheekbones, taking a deep breath in and a deep exhale. And then allow your attention to draw down to your feet, noticing any sensation that you're aware of at the feet. And no sensation is awareness too, so just noticing what's there. And then letting the attention drop through the legs, noticing any sensation that you may be feeling there. Continuing up through the torso, the arms, the hands, and up through the head. Just knowing something of how you are right now in this moment. And if you'd like, you could place your hands on your belly. And as you inhale, see if you can expand the belly. As you let it relax, let all the air come in. And then exhale, let the belly relax and all the air press out. Inhaling, expanding, filling up. Exhaling, letting go. One more time. Inhaling, expanding, filling up. And exhaling, letting go. You can let the hands rest down if you'd place them on your belly and allow the chin to drop down toward the chest, letting the breath go back to normal. And then just letting the weight of your head pull your neck forward. Notice where that stopping point is for your neck. And then take a breath in. And as you exhale, let your head melt over to one side, letting the ear drop to the shoulder, letting the shoulders rest down. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the head roll through the center and over to the second side. Letting the ear drop to the shoulder, let the shoulders rest. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the head roll through the center, and if it feels good for you, draw a circle with your neck. If it doesn't feel good, you can look right and left or up and down. Circling around one way, and then pausing and circling around the other way. And taking your time, finishing up this one, coming back into the center, lengthening up through the crown of the head, and then taking the wrists and the ankles and circling them around and checking in to notice how these joints feel. You don't have to do them all at the same time, but you can. And then circle the other way. Pointing and flexing. Our bodies need movement, and just even these simple movements can make a really big difference to how the joints feel. Spread the toes and fingers wide and scrunch them. Also helps the blood flow, helping to move the blood back to the heart a little easier. Any other movement that feels good for you. Getting any pops and creaks out maybe that you hear, feel. You can relax your hands and feet down and then just notice, maybe you feel some sensation in the calves, the shins, the forearms. And then let's take the shoulders and draw large circles with the shoulders, letting them pull forward to the ears, back behind and down. We'll pause and circle around the other way. And then let the shoulders just rest down. I'm taking a moment to notice how that feels. We'll slide forward toward the edge of the chair, walking your feet out as wide as is comfortable for you. Checking that your ankle is underneath your knee. They're not too far back, not too far out, just underneath the knee. And then notice the turnout of the feet. You want the knees going the same direction as your toes, so careful not to turn the feet out too far. Lengthening up through the crown of the head, we'll stir the pot, coming over to one side, the center, the other side. Scoop everything in as you round back. You can circle around one way. Just moving in a way that feels good for you and circling the other way. So really just bringing awareness to how does this movement feel in my body, and make any adjustment that you need to. Coming back into the center, lengthening up through the crown of the head, we'll hinge forward from the legs. So that hinge from the hips, letting your pelvis tilt. So if you find that you're rounding, Sit up a little taller, maybe use your hands to help you as you lean forward. And you can go as far as feels good to you. Just keep your back engaged as you hinge. We'll use the hands or the forearms to press the knees apart and lengthen your spine to the center. Check in with your head. If it's hanging out down toward the ground, just lift it back up a bit so it's a natural extension of your spine. And then check in that it's like you've got a grapefruit underneath your chin. We're pressing the knees apart and lengthening the spine forward as we hinge, and then just pausing. You'll find that stopping point. You can honor that wherever that is in your body. Pausing there for a moment. Take another breath. And then exhale, pressing yourself back up. We'll let the legs go in and out a bit. And then walking your feet back in just so they're about that 6 inches apart. Pausing there for a moment and checking in, noticing any sensation that you feel in the body. And with the feet lined up here, and checking in that the knees are just as wide as your feet, we're going to come to standing. Just notice if the knees fold in. See if you can keep them just as wide as the feet, activating the outer hip muscle, so important for our balance. Arms can be out in front of you or across your chest. Just come up to standing. Pausing here for a moment with your feet parallel to one another, about 6 inches apart, about 2 fist width distance apart. Let the knees be over the ankles, the hips over the knees, rolling the shoulders down and back so the shoulders are over the hips, and then checking in with your head, maybe tucking back a little bit so the ears are over the shoulders. You can have the eyes closed or you can gaze down the nose of the cheekbones and just pausing to notice all that you feel. Noticing the sensation in the feet, maybe where the weight is in the feet. And then imagining somebody pulling a string from the tip of the head all the way up, nice and tall. If the eyes are closed, you can blink them open. You're welcome to use your chair, the side of the chair for this. I'd like you to shift the weight over to one side, lifting up one leg and the opposite arm toward the ceiling, lengthening upward nice and tall, and just noticing how it is to balance on this side. Pausing for a moment and then releasing. And again, you could put your hand on the wall or on a chair. We'll shift to the other side, lifting that opposite knee, opposite arm toward the ceiling, pausing and noticing how it is on this side as you lift up, and just balance here for a moment. And then releasing, balancing over both feet again, taking note of how it is to be balanced here. And inhale, take a deep breath in, reach all the way up overhead. You can grab one of your wrists as you reach up and over to one side. Come back to center, grab the other wrist up and over to the other side. Come back to center and then release the arms down beside you. Pausing again for just a moment and scan through your body, noticing how you feel now. Any shifts or changes? Does it feel the same? You can use this movement any time of the day that feels good to you and make it your own. Make any movements, any adjustments that you need to so it feels good. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.